Hi guys, today I'm going to do a review on the 756 International loader tractor. And the reason I'm doing it is my grandpa actually ordered ours in brand new from the factory. It's been in our family since brand new. It's been an amazing tractor for us. Because as of right now on our farm, we have two 2+2 Internationals as the field tractors, and then we have two loader tractors, the 756 International and 5250 Case IH front wheel assist. But before we had those second two, all that we had was that 3588 2+2 as the field tractor, and then that 756 was our hand tractor and loader and all that. And that is just a gasoline engine in it. I think it's about like 76 horsepower of that tractor. And Grandpa pulled a Vermeer round baler with it. And for many years, I forgot, I don't even know what year he got that Vermeer baler, but the Vermeer was a piece of junk. He ordered that in brand new, and he thinks that the cage in it was bent from the factory, which I've even heard about. One of our neighbors here, he ordered in a brand new 569 John Deere baler, paid a lot of freaking money with the net wrap option, and all he's had is trouble with it. Like, sometimes the factory just messes up on stuff and doesn't put together right, and then you, the buyers, kind of screw it on it. But yeah, the 756, Grandpa did not get 3-point put on it. He tried to save a little bit of money there. And then I honestly never did use the hydraulics on it. I just remember that one hydraulic lever on the side there by the floorboard. And like I said, I never used it. And then for the loader on there, Grandpa had a very nice loader on there. It was the yellow Easy On loader, and it had the really heavy duty grapple fork on it, like all the newer front wheel assist loader tractors would. And yeah, that tractor was just amazing. When I was a kid, what Grandpa always used that for is that was our backup tractor. Grandpa always used the 5250 for picking all the bales up in the fields and for putting up his hay. And then the 756 just stayed in the hay yard, and we just unloaded all the hay with that. And that had the 3 levers on it, one for lifting up your arms, one for tilting the bucket, and the last one was for the grapple fork. And let's see, I always liked the transmission up on there. It was on the dash. You had a high and low range. It did have a torque amplifier, and that still worked. Then your throttle was up on the top there, and then it does have the choke on it, the choke lever. And one little quirk that ours always had, and it still actually has, my brother has the tractor now that Grandpa passed away, but you have to pull out the choke to start it. It can be 90 degrees out or -40, it doesn't matter. And then you have to press it in a little bit, and you can't throw that tractor in gear even if it's 90 degrees out. You have to wait 10 minutes for the light to warm up. It's just the way that it is. And I'm not sure if there's something wrong with ours, but I know we've just learned to deal with it. And after that, you can run it all day, shut it off, whatever. But it's just your initial startup for each day. You have to let it warm up for 10 minutes. And honestly, if any of you guys are thinking about buying one, I've looked online, and most of them are like 7,000, but that's without a loader on there. But yeah, that tractor worked amazing as a loader tractor. We would pick up our cars and work underneath of them and everything. And our family, we've always hooked our chains onto the grapple fork, because like our Case IH 5250, that's got the Case IH 510 loader on it, and all those have like a really heavy duty grapple fork on them, so you can wrap around the frame on that. And I think Grandpa had on the 756 for that Easy On loader. I believe that's a 7-foot bucket, because that Case IH 5250, that loader bucket on that 510 loader is 7 feet as well. And Grandpa used it a lot as a grain auger tractor when we were growing up, whenever we'd be harvesting. He always had it hooked up to the big, I'm trying to think what size. He had a big Westfield auger. It wasn't 71 feet. It would have been in the 60s, I'm sure, for his grain bins. And with a swing out auger on there. And yeah, actually most of the time I preferred running that thing over the 5250 front wheel assist, just because without a cab on it, you can see what's going on. If you're spreading gravel around in the yard, or, well, in our case, scoria, you can see what you're doing. And then there was a few years that we had such a big harvest of wheat that we didn't have enough storage in our grain bins, so we would have to pile it on the ground. And I would just use that 756 to just push the wheat up to the grain auger to auger it into the trucks there, and it worked really good rather than using that front assist with a cab. And then up in the balcony of our garage, Grandpa always had a windbreak, and that's what he used to use on it during the winters before he had the front wheel assist. And he did have a set of chains on it. I don't remember him using those much because he bought that 5250 in 1995, so that's still pretty young at that time. And I asked him about what he did for snow removal, if it was that tractor, and actually he bought a Alice Chalmers HD7 dozer, crawler dozer. Ours had the dozer on it, and I remember he said that he remembers when he bought it, the egg dealership would not haul it out to our house for us because they said that those steel tracks on it would wreck the decking on there, and so he had to hire the county road department to haul this dozer out to our place, and that's what Grandpa always used to clear the roads rather than the 756. So but yeah, like I said, if even if I bought a loader tractor, if I needed one, which I don't have one right now, but I would actually think about buying the 756. That thing has just been such an amazing tractor for us. Like I said, they're not cheap though. You are going to pay $7,000, and then however much you're looking at with a loader. But if you are going to get a loader from them, I really do suggest the Easy On loader. Like I said, ours was yellow on there, and we never did pull it off or anything. I know Grandpa had quite a few welds on top of the grapple fork and everything, but he never did weld those when I was growing up. Those were already, he must have straightened all those little issues out long before I ever came along into the picture. So, but yeah, we really like that tractor, and I remember when we bought the Case IH 5250, the neighbors wanted to buy our 756, and the dealership wanted to trade it in. And my grandpa's like, "Nah, you guys aren't offering me much money anyways. I might as well keep it as a backup." And I remember one of the neighbors wasn't very happy with Grandpa because he really wanted that tractor. And my grandpa's like, "Well, you can't buy what isn't for sale." So, all right, take care, you guys.